All right, folks, it is Colorectal Cancer Month. I'm being joined right now by Megan Johnson. She is a physician's assistant, and we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of screening for colorectal cancer. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
Yeah, great to see you this early in the morning.
It is a little earlier than normal for me.
About time for some coffee, actually,
yes,
I think. But before the coffee, maybe after the coffee, let's talk about this early screening. Who qualifies for that in the first place? I mean, is it anyone at any age, or is there a specific time?
So definitely it's going to be everyone age 45 and older, so males and females just alike.
Okay, all right.
So that's a new age. Years ago it was 50, and so they've kind of lowered that because we're finding more polyps in younger people without any sort of family history involved. So it's important to get checked out to just see if you have any polyps or anything along those lines.
And the importance of screening, of course, like you said, the earlier the better, because you can find those polyps early, and then what do you do from that point?
So basically what we're doing when we do these colonoscopies, we're looking for the polyps and we can take them out, and we're preventing colon cancer. So there's very few cancers that you can really prevent. Other cancers you're wanting to just catch early. This way you can make sure you don't get it. So that's a big distinguishing factor there.
All righty, and it is Colorectal Cancer Month. We are at Willis Knighton Health this morning. Specifically, we're at the Day Surgery Center on Albert Bicknell Drive. It is First Cup with First News. Each week we go live from a different location. All right, it is First Cup with First News. We are live at Willis Knighton Health this morning, talking about the importance of colorectal cancer awareness and how important it is for early detection. As young as 45 now, get the kind of have to go in to get those checkups, and then from there you get them regularly. All right, so we're talking to this morning Amy Yates. She is a registered dietitian, and she's going to talk to us more about, I guess, how diet affects risk of colorectal cancer. And good morning, Amy. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
First of all, so which foods are linked to colon cancer in the first place?
Well, we have to look at large studies, and we look at what is consistently linked to cancer. But first, I've got to say, carrying extra weight is the first and number one thing. Mm-hmm. The second thing would be eating too much processed meats.
Yeah, there's a lot of that these days. Easy to get to, too. Easy access to that.
It is so bad for our colon and our gut. And alcohol is another thing. And we know we like to enjoy food, but we like to enjoy life too. So there's some things that we can just back away from. Those are the most important things that are linked to cancer.
What kind of food should we eat if we want to stay away from all the bad stuff? What's the good stuff we could eat to try to prevent it?
Studies tell us that we all need whole grains, and in today's world, people are trying to avoid all carbs. Well, those whole grains have more fiber that help clean out and sweep away the debris in the colon. So it helps keep it clean for us. Beyond that, fruits, vegetables, legumes, they're all good. They're going to be packed with fiber. They're going to have the antioxidants that protect that we miss.
Excellent. Great answers. And folks, you heard it right here. You know what to not eat. You know what to eat to help prevent it. We're going to have more for you on Colorectal Cancer Month and treatment and such coming up a little bit later. It is First Cup with First News. Each week we go live from a different location across the Arklatex. Willis Knighton Health is where we are at the Day Surgery Center on Albert Bicknell Drive, talking about Colorectal Cancer Month. Early detection, very important. Also important is genetics. Have you had it before? Somebody in your family have a history of colorectal cancer or any kind of cancer? Well, to tell us more about that, we have Mary Norberg. She works with genetics, and she is also a patient educator for Willis Knighton Health. And Mary, thanks for joining us again. Dr. Norberg, yeah, absolutely. Okay, genetics and, cancer or colorectal cancer, what do you do exactly as far as, if my father had that and I need to get tested?
So family history is very important. We work closely with Megan and her team and other providers within the Willis Knighton system, basically to identify people who are at risk. Okay. So the main red flags in your family are if you or one of your family members had colorectal cancer under the age of 50. If you have multiple family members who have had colon cancer, more than 3, typically. And if you have other people in the family who have had unusual things like uterine cancer and colon cancer go together, not irrelevant, completely relevant. So it's like, oh, we don't have colon cancer, but we have uterine cancer. So identifying people who are at risk. And then what we do in the clinic is the colorectal cancer patients are well taken care of by people like Megan and others.
Right.
But the thing is that we want to identify family members. So if you have a family member who has colorectal cancer, who meets the red flags, and then you're the brother, the sister, the child, the mother, the father, we want to make sure that we identify all those people, because a third of all colorectal cancer patients have a familial variant or inherited risk, genetic risk of having additional cancers and having family members that have cancer.
And we just have to make sure to get regular checkups, and always, especially if we have a high probability of having colon cancer due to the genetics in our family, right?
And if we identify a genetic variant, a pathogenic disease-causing variant in a family, we know that 50% of all your offspring and your siblings are at risk. And testing is easy. We use a cheek swab, so we take DNA off the inside of your cheek. Every cell of your body has these genetic defects, so the testing is easy. The point is we need to identify people so that we can clinically manage them after the fact to know that they're at high risk. So as Megan said, 45 is a screening.
Right.
But if you are if you have a genetic risk factor, you may have to start earlier.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. We're talking about Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. First Cup with First News. Each week we go live from a different location. We are at Willis, Knighton Health North this morning. Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. And joining us right now, she was with us just a little bit ago. It is Megan Johnson, physician's assistant. We're talking about the importance of screening, and a lot of folks wonder, I guess a couple of things that people are always concerned about is the prepping. What kind of prep do I need to do beforehand, before we do the test? And also, anesthesia, is that going to be something that we need to do also? Because this is typically a day thing, isn't it?
Correct. So just in and out procedure. But those are the two biggest concerns I hear a lot in the clinic. Years ago, for the prep, you'd have to drink a gallon of stuff the night before, and no one just loves drinking a gallon anyway.
No. No.
But they've come a long way. Now there's a 16-ounce prep, which is just like a little size of a Coke, There's even some pill options where you just take some pills and drink some water behind it
And do you still do that the night before?
The night before.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
yes,
But it's not like the big thing that people complain about all the time.
Come a long way.
So yeah, over the past 10 years, absolutely. All right, so anesthesia, myself, I have trouble. They tell me I have trouble waking up from anesthesia. So what do you have to do about that?
So here at Willis North, we have a great anesthesia department. They're fabulous. And so really we use something called propofol, which works quick. You go to sleep quick, you wake up quick. You're not as groggy afterwards like years ago some of the other anesthesias.
Yes,
we would
they
use.
did. Yeah, you get a little bit nauseous. When I was a kid having surgery, Fruity Pebbles afterward, not such a good idea. I might not want to eat right afterward. But things have come a long ways.
True.
Thank you so much, Megan. Megan Johnson, physician's assistant, talking about the importance of screening, and it's Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. It is First Cup with First News.